walking downtown along my usual Wacker Drive route. On most days before this day, I had the typical rush hour routine as many commuters in the downtown area. I would have my earbuds in with my music blasting as I hurried past as many commuters as quickly as possible to catch one of many trains going my way. But on this day, I happened to be going through my pockets to check for my ID because I couldn't remember if I'd gotten it back from the teller at the bank that I just left. Unbeknownst to me, as I found my ID in relief, I just dropped my bus card and the money I withdrawn from the bank as I hurried ahead. Let me pause the story here. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, that day for me was symbolic of life in the city of big shoulders, where people move quicker than a New York minute. So today, I'm here to ask you the same two questions that I had to ask myself that day. What's the rush? Isn't there another train coming anyway? Speaking of rushing, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be older than my actual age. I had 7 older cousins who were like brothers and sisters to me, and I wanted to keep up. So when I was 12, I couldn't wait to turn 13 so that I could be labeled a teenager. When I was 13, I couldn't wait to turn 16 so that I could get a driver's license. Then, it was a mad dash to 18 where, I would be labeled an adult and sign my own high school report card. So I thought. I got my driver's license at 16 and was nowhere close to being able to afford my own car. And I knew that. But that year, I still declined to attend a youth summer camp through my school so that I could focus on completing driver's education before the end of summer. I'd squandered an opportunity to create a memorable youth experience at the camp and living in a moment that reflected my age. And for what? To take a driving course that I could have took 3 times a year? And after all of that, I didn't get my first car until I was 21 anyway. So what was the rush? Good thing there were plenty of trains going my way until I got my own set of wheels. Let me go back to the beginning where I mentioned how I lost my bus card and the money I'd withdrawn from the bank. How many of you here have made the mistake of losing something valuable? Isn't that a terrible feeling? And to lose something valuable because you're in a hurry only intensifies the palm to forehead moment. That moment almost happened to me that day, but luckily, a kind young woman saw that I had dropped my belongings, picked them up off the ground, and ran after me as I pushed ahead unsuspectingly. All of a sudden, as I turned the corner at Wabash, I felt a strong tap on my shoulder. I turned around and descended from iTunes heaven. The young woman said, "Sir, I was calling after you. You dropped your things. You were in quite the hurry." I said, "Thank you, ma'am. I was trying to catch my train. You're a lifesaver." This was a sign that I needed to slow down and tune into the more important moments at hand. Besides, what was the rush? There was another train coming anyway. Life moves fast, almost too fast at times. And if we're not careful, everything can become a rush, trying to keep up with the world around us. Of course, we have to be quick if we want to achieve certain things. course, it's totally natural and flat out essential to look down the road in life. But one question I think we have to ask ourselves, is it more advantageous to race after opportunities that come around like clockwork before soaking in and enjoying rare and precious moments currently before us? For me, I lost a precious moment to tuck away my valuable belongings. For you, maybe it's a totally different situation, but still, a precious moment lost. It's hard to swallow losing a precious moment because you were rushing to have something that can be had at any time. But if that something is public transportation and the last train runs at midnight and it's 11:55 p.m., you should probably make a run for it. They usually mean it when they say, it's the last train coming. Madam Toastmaster.